as far as reviews go, Pearl got one of the highest praises that we've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
For, I mean,
A
where
horror movie.
where someone makes
Who
a
makes
movie,
movies.
makes movies, and then you know, I mean, Kyle, you can explain the Martin Scorsese thing better than I can.
Oh, I mean, yeah. From what I know, Martin Scorsese saw Pearl, the new A24 horror movie, recently, and he was just gushing about it, saying like it's one of the best things he's seen. And
He was disturbed, couldn't sleep that
Yeah.
night, and for a person that like lives and breathes movies, is constantly thinking about them for his own way.
Yeah.
That's, I think, pretty good praise. Like, this person got to him. So,
Yeah.
how was the movie for you? Did you struggle and to sleep that night after watching this?
I can see why other people would struggle.
Yeah.
Um,
Or be disturbed.
Yeah, exactly. Because what it could boil down to is the performance by the lead actress, Mia Goth, who was in the last movie of this X series of films. I guess is the way to call it now. She was in the last movie. She played one of the young teens of like the 70s era, but she also played the old lady named Pearl, who, was the one attacking all of the people in that movie. And so this is a prequel movie to that, and Mia Goth comes back to play Pearl, but it's like the younger version of her growing up.
Mia Goth played a teen that wants to make a video and be a star, and she plays the old lady in X.
She wasn't.
Yeah.
She was the
in
lead
prosthetic
X.
makeup.
Yeah. It's really good prosthetics, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then she's in it again as like the younger version of the old lady.
Yeah.
And she's going to be in the third one as the older version of the teen girl that survives.
I believe so.
A teen girl survives, right?
Yeah, it is her
Yeah.
that does. No, and she
Wow.
I mean, she did a great job in the dual role for X, but she does an even better job with Pearl. Like, you can tell,
Yeah.
I think you were kind of predicting this, Cody, with Pearl,
Right.
that they untapped something, her and director Ty West untapped something with his character, and they wanted to explore more in a prequel form.
Yeah.
And I think it's done really well to where it's a younger version of Pearl who wants to be in the limelight, be a star. She's tired of living with her abusive mother and taking care of her sick father, and wants to leave the farm to go be a star. But once you really start paying more attention and going through it, you see that there's more to her than just like the stardom factor of it. Like, she just wants to be loved more than she's ever been throughout her life. And it just does a good job at showing her wanting that so bad, but it's causing her to have like an unhinged underlayer. And once you see that layer come out of her, that's when like the disturbing aspect. Like, she just does a really good job. And when you have those moments for like a slasher film combined with that Technicolor saturated cinematography that they're playing with, because they're wanting it to kind of coincide with, that era of Hollywood where it's like the future is bright and we're going to be making movies and stardom and the lights and all that. It's just a really cool balancing act between the two that I really dug. I would probably say that's pretty close to how much I like X or Pearl, but I'm really just excited for this third one now because I really trust these two and how they're going about it.
I like how each film has a different feel to it. Just
Exactly.
a different aesthetic, a different feel, but it's tied all by Mia Goth's characters. Like, she ties them all together, and that's really interesting.
Yeah, and the moment never feels too big for her in either of the movies. It does rely a lot on her kind of being on her own, so sometimes it gets a little repetitive to what she says and does, but it doesn't take away from that disturbing nature of it that you feel in the movie.
So is this like a Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell situation where they're gonna be continuing this process?
God, I hope so. But no, it's a really, right now with Ty West and her, we're seeing something great out of horror, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's a really great combination between those two. And just a really great horror series that we're getting out of this. Like, we don't really hear that very often these days. And despite it being smaller and it being A24, it just might take a while for audiences to realize that. But if they get the chance and you're promoting it well to where someone does go out and see Pearl, it'll be worth their time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it just was hard because Barbarian was also in the market, and so I'm
And
not
that's
sure.
surprised.
And it didn't drop off as much, so I think it pulled away from what Pearl's grosses should have and probably would have been.
Right.
And A24 is smaller, so I'm not sure it got the marketing.
But Disney's just a machine. Even if they're not trying to be a machine.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They're a machine.
Yeah.
Even if they don't know how to promote a film, they choose not to promote a film.
It's still
gonna be
somehow
number one.
does well. Yeah.
I'm very curious about Barbarian anyway. I mean, just the surprising opening that it had, like 10 million or so, and then
And then a 40% drop.
yeah, exactly. Like it's doing what the September releases should be doing. Like you just hope that the movie is good enough, and if you gain the right amount of interest, like it could really spawn off curiosity.